Hey, this is Pastor Anthony, and I'm here with God's Word, no cap. Man, I remember a time when I was always running, trying to make sure that I got what I thought was deserving to me, and I wanted things right away. So I found myself, man, where I was first in the military. 2 weeks in, man, I first made it to my first duty station in Wichita, Kansas. And I ran into this young lady, and I had been fooling with so many other young ladies in my life. I wasn't delivered yet, don't judge me. But I got to a point where someone propositioned me about moving off of the arsenal, off of the base, and getting our own apartment. And I thought it was the greatest idea in the world because, of course, I'm grown. I'm 21, actually, I was 19 years old. And we actually ended up getting married. You heard what I said now. We were in a long-time relationship. We just decided that we wanted to move off the base, and we decided to get married and do it. It is a trap that we fall into in the military all the time. And I found myself now being married to a woman who I did not love, who I did not know, who wasn't right for me. I didn't even ask God. I just actually went and I jumped. And what happens is when you jump before it's time for God to move on your behalf, you're looking to make a lot of decisions that are going to affect you in the long run. The relationship, of course, did not work out. I'm 19 years old. I'm now married, don't know what I'm doing, didn't have any discipline to come along with it. But I wanted so badly for people to take me serious. I wanted so badly for a relationship to work that I was willing to forego what I knew God had for me just to jump. If I would have just waited, and it was crazy is somebody actually stood in my way at the door because they heard that I was going to get married. They stood at the door to try to block me from leaving out. And I told them that it was my decision, it's what I wanted to do. Well, I can tell you 20 plus years later, we ended up with a child, we ended up divorced, and we ended up really not liking each other. I mean, to this day, if I can just be honest and transparent with you, if I would have just waited, I know that the woman that I'm married to today is the woman that God had for me. And so many other pitfalls that I ran into not waiting and jumping into this relationship, I could have avoided. When you do not wait on God and He has a specific time and place and season for you to do things, and you run ahead of Him, look to make the mistakes, look to fall, but, and I love that conjunction, that word but means God is still redeeming. And so you're going to face the consequences that you go through. You're going to have to deal with those seeds that you planted. We have a son now, he's 21 years old, and our relationship is great. But there's some things I had to fight through even then because I did not wait. So my goal and my hope for you is that you don't run ahead of God. Don't run ahead of God. Run to God. And as you run to God, He will make the wait worthwhile. I was listening to somebody in my closing remark. Let me just say this in my closing statement. I was listening to someone yesterday, and they were telling me that the wilderness or the desert experience is not to punish you. It's actually to hide you or to cover you or to preserve you. If you wait on God, He will preserve you, even though it seems like everybody else is running and they have relationships. He will preserve you for the right relationship, right time, right season. Be faithful unto God. It's nothing like it, man. And also, wait.